Well, very good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone. Am I audible? Am I audible? Online students, am I audible? Okay. Okay. Fine. So last day, this is old copy. Just a second. Okay. Last day, what we have just been talking about, like, yeah, how the projects are organized, how you organize the projects, right? Yesterday, in the last class, we just been talking like how the projects are organized. What is it? Every application is going to be a collection of. You take an application. Every application will be basically a collection of projects. Every application will be a collection of projects, and the collection of projects is called as solution. We call that as a solution. So what we call is a solution, and under the solution, what we have? Projects. So basically, this is a root element. What is the root element? Solution. What is the solution? Collection of projects. What's a project? Collection of items. What's an item? Collection of types, where types can be class, structure, interface, enum, and delegate. And a type is going to be a collection of members, where members can be fields, methods, constructor, finalizer. Yeah, we did not discuss about fields, methods, constructor, finalizer, properties, indexes, events, and deconstructors. So till now, we talked about class, structure, interface, guys. And in the same way, regarding the members, we discussed about fields, methods, constructors. We need to still understand enums and delegates, and also we need to understand all these things. Okay, we'll discuss, guys. These are all small concepts only. We will focus one day to talk about each and every of the appropriate things. Yeah. Right now, we have one solution. Whenever you create a project, by default, a solution is created. Whenever you create a project, by default, a solution is created. What is the solution name? OOPS project. This OOPS project is your solution. Under this OOPS project right now, we have one more OOPS project. What is this OOPS project, guys? This is your first project in the solution. This is your first project in the solution. This is the first project in the solution. Okay? And under this, we have 36 items or files in it. We have 36 items or files in it. And under that, what we have? Uh, 44 types are there. 44 types are there. So these items are nothing but files. And here 44 types means what we have? Remember 38 classes, 4 interfaces, 2 structures. Are you guys clear? This is what we have right now. Now listen. If you want, you can add a new project under the solution. If you want, you can add a new project under the solution. You can add a new project under the solution. How to add a project under the solution? Right now, our solution contains only one project. Right now, our solution contains only one project. But a solution can contain more than one project also. Understood? Huh? Any number of projects can be present. How many projects are there now? One only. Can I add a new project? Yes. You can add a new project. You can add a new project. How can I add a new project? Watch. What's the process, guys? Open your solution once. Okay. So this is our solution. Just a second. Open the solution. And inside the solution, yeah, watch. Right now we have one project. Yeah, this is the solution. Right now we have one project. So what you do now is right click on the solution, right click on the solution, and there you'll find the option. What option? Add a new project. So you'll find the option called add. Under that, new project. Can you see that? Click on that. Opens you the add new project window. Opens you the add new project window. It's going to open the add new project window right now. Okay. And once you open the add new project window, in the add new project window, you can just go for selecting the project. Which project? Console application. Just go for console. Yeah. Console application. Just going to add a console application. You know this now. Same only. I'm not selecting anything new. Okay. Just selecting a console application. Click new. Give a name to it. Any name of his choice. I'm giving the name as second project. I'm giving the name as second project. Location, your own folder, guys. Nothing new. Click on the next button. Create. This action should create you a new project now. Yeah. This action just creates a new project. And once the new project is created, now you have a new class called program. And all of you carefully listen. You just have a class called program now. And in this program, in this particular class program, what I just wanted to do is I just wanted to add a new, I want to remember, till now, we have 44 classes, 44 types. All are defined under OOPS project namespace, correct? Now it's a new project and the types of this will be under the new namespace now. The namespace will be new now for you. What is the namespace? The namespace name is always your project name only, don't forget. Namespace, what is the namespace name? Second project. From now onwards, it should be namespace, second project. Okay. Next, class program. Class program. Okay. And here, I just wanted to write static void main, static void main, and console dot write line, second project under the solution, and console dot read line. Guys, listen carefully. Now you want to run this class. Actually, when you have one project with multiple classes, to run a class, we set a property. What property? Startup object. We have one project with multiple classes, we set a property. What property? Startup object. But remember, now you have multiple projects. What you have is now multiple projects. Because you have multiple projects, you first require to set startup project property. What do you require to set? Startup project. The default startup project is the first project in the solution. The default startup project is the first project in the solution. What is the first project in the solution? OOPS project. That is the startup project, not the second project. If I want to run second project, what should I do, sir? If I want to run the second project, if at all you wanted to run the second project, what you just require to do is open the Solution Explorer, watch it. Can you notice any difference in the look of the two? Yes or not? The first one is in bold. First one is in bold. See, the project which is shown you in the bold is the startup project. So now all the classes of that project only will run. What will run? The projects of the OOPS project only will run. But our requirement is to run the classes of. So right click on the second project and you will find an option here called as. Can you see that? What is that? Select that and watch now. This turn to the bold now. Okay. Now if you run, what will run now? It will run the classes present in second project. All of you can observe it is now running the classes present in the second project now. I hope you guys are clear. Now, sir, if I have more classes in the project, again, it is going to be the same process. What is it? Startup object. Deepika, your video is on. Did you understand my point, all of you? When you have one more, we have more classes in this. From then onwards, again, you just require to set what? Startup project. You require to set the startup object. One more project, startup project. After that, startup object. What is that startup object? Let this run first. Yeah. Now see, what I'm telling is, you just add a new class in the project, guys. Add a new class in the project. Right click on the second project, add new item. I'm adding a new class. When I add a new class, observe it, class, give a name for it, class 1, I'm leaving it. Yeah, this is the new class. See now, from now onwards, all your classes will come under second project namespace now. Static void main, console.writeLine, what? Second class in second project, console.readline. I want to run this class. If you want to run this class, same story again. What is it? Open the edit second project file. From now, process is same only. See, remember, this is the project file of second project. All of you, till yesterday, you worked with the project file of Oops project. See, the extension CSPROJ, that is the project file. This is of which project? And now this is the second project's project file. From now, you're required to work out with this file now. Come here and you're required to add the startup object. What? Startup object. Startup object. Sorry. Second project dot class. Run the code. Understood, all of you? Yes or not? Okay, so that's what exactly happens to you. So from now onwards, you're just going to set up the project file under the second project now. You're going to set up the project file under the second project now. That is what you exactly do in this case now. So I hope you guys are clearer. Yes or not? Understood my point? So this is the process. This is going to be the process how we set up the things. This is going to be the process how you're going to set up the things. Okay. So once you do this, from now onwards, what is going to happen? You're going to run the classes that are present in which project? You're going to run the classes that are present in which project? Second project. You're going to run the classes that are present in the second project now onwards now. Hope you are clear. Okay. So that's what. Okay, guys. Done. So you're clear with organizing the projects? Next. The next thing what we are going to understand right now is how these projects are saved. The next thing what I'm going to show you is how these projects are saved. How these projects are saved. Where they are saved? They're saved on the hard disk. They're saved on the hard disk. How these projects are saved? Listen carefully. First, just a minute. Now you added one more project now. What is that? This is project 2. Under that, you have 2 items. The 2 items are nothing but 2 files. And under these 2 items, there are 2 types. And the 2 types are 2 classes. Okay, now all of you carefully listen to me. What you know? Tomorrow you want to copy this application from the current computer to another computer. You want to copy this application from the current computer to another computer. You want to copy to another computer. What should I copy? How is it saved? I should know that. Tomorrow if I want to open, how to open? So these are the questions what we have in the mind. All of you carefully observe. Actually, right now I typed everything on the hierarchy of all the items in the, I typed all the things. How you see them here, exactly in the same way, your application is saved on the hard disk. How you see here, exactly on the same way, the application is saved on the hard disk. For example, first, under your personal folder, what's your personal folder? C#10. Under the personal folder, It creates a folder representing the solution. It creates a folder representing the solution with the same name of the solution. Okay, watch. Go to your personal folder. What's it? This is your personal folder now? Come on, here, be active. In the personal folder, you will see a folder representing the solution with the same name of the solution. What is your solution name? Watch. Oops project, not second project. Watch. Can you notice it, guys? You have oops project, one solution folder. Now, under the solution folder, you will find three things. Under the solution folder, you find three things. What are the three things? One, solution file. One is solution file. Two, project folders. One is the solution file and the remaining two are project folders. Two projects now, two folders will be there. So totally three items will be there now. Come on, I'm opening the solution. Watch. You'll be asking, what is that file, sir? .sln. It is called solution file. It is called as solution file. So what is this solution file, sir? It may be a confusion now. What is this solution file? Guys, what is the solution file is? Listen. Actually, speaking clear, what exactly is the solution file means? The solution file, if you observe it, it is a link. It is a link to all the projects. Every day, today you created one project here. Tomorrow, how are you opening that project? Today you created one project. Tomorrow, how are you opening that project? In the Visual Studio, when you open the Visual Studio on the left hand side, it is showing you recent projects. You are clicking on that and opening, correct? Huh? What you are opening is that file only every day. What you are opening is that file only every day. The extension of the file is .sln, solution file. See the path of the file, E drive, C# 10, oops project, under that, oops project.sln. Are you clear? Okay, guys, have a look. Every day, to open your old project, what you're doing, you're opening Visual Studio. When you open the Visual Studio on the left hand side, recent projects are coming, correct? Go and see, what are you opening? Go and see, what are you opening? Understood or not? See, remember, I already said in the initial classes, folder is logical. Folder doesn't have anything. Files are physical. So to represent the solution, we have a file. That is the solution basically. Understood all of you? Okay. See now, I can directly double click on the solution file. I can directly double click on the solution file and load it in the Visual Studio now. See, if I double click on that, opening the studio. Yes or not? Okay, basically it's opening the old studio. 2019 is getting opened because both are installed on my computer. It is opening 2019. Not an issue. We'll correct it. No, I don't want 2019. What I want is 2022. You don't have this problem because you don't have two studios on your system. What you have is only one. Because I have two studios on my system. It is opening this in 19. Right click on this. When you right click on the solution file, you'll find an option called open with. And the open with, you'll find option Microsoft Visual Studio 2022. That's it. Okay. So solution file is what you're opening every day. And a solution is a link to all the projects. Once the solution is loaded, all the projects are also loaded. Watch. Once the solution is loaded, all the projects are also loaded. Understood about the solution file? Yes or not? Okay. Next. Apart from the solution file, you have two more folders in this. What's it? This represents the oops project and this represents the, if you open this folder, you find all the items of the oops project now. 36 items are there now. Everything you'll find. Apart from that, you will also find the project file. Every day you're working .csproj. That file also you'll find here. Open the project. See now. Array, see here, everything. One more thing extra you'll find is the project file. Say this is the project file. This is the project file. This is the project file actually. This is called C# project file. Apart from that, all your .cs files are there. So 36 plus 1, 37 files are there. 37th file is project file. Just like solution file, project file. What is the extension of the solution file? What is the extension of the solution file? .sln, correct? Huh? The extension of the project file is .csproj. The extension of the project file is .csproj. CSPROJ is the extension. Yeah, that is the extension. A project file is a link to all the projects in the solution. A project file is a link to all the projects under the solution. A solution file is a link to all the projects now. A project file is a link to all the items. A project file is a link to all the items. Solution file is a link to all the projects, and project is a link to all the items. Understood my point or not? Okay, that's what the project file is. Tomorrow, if you want to copy this project to another machine and add it under another solution, you want to copy this project to another computer here and add it under another solution. From the current solution, I want to add to another solution. At that time, you're required to select the project file only add. I said you an example in the last class, remember, what is that? My application is divided into 10 modules. Every team is developing one module. Every team is developing one module. Because every team is developing one module, what happened, you know? Because every team is developing one module, what happened is, every team created one project. So every team will have one project, means they have one solution also. So 10 projects will have 10 solutions now. But finally, at the point of integration, do you have 10 solutions or one solution? So what will happen, you know? We will add all the projects under one solution now. We will add all the projects under one solution now. When you want to add this project under an existing solution, you're required to select the project file so that it will add all the items under that particular solution. Understood or not? Okay. So that's what the use of the project file. And you already know that in that every day in the project file only you're setting the startup object also. That's very, very important. Same way come to second project. You can see the two files. Project. Is it clear how the projects are saved now? So tomorrow, if you want to copy this from one place to another place, if you want to copy this from one place to another place, what you just required to do is copy the. If you want to copy the whole application, copy the solution. If you want to copy the project, just copy the project folder, either solution folder or project folder. Okay, according to your requirements. How to do it, sir? Watch it. Just a minute, guys. I'm removing the second project from the solution. I'm removing the second project from the solution. Now, right click, and you can see you'll be having an option called remove. Remove. Oops project will be removed. Click OK. See now, oops project is not going to be present under the solution now. Remove will not delete. Remember, remove means only removing it. Don't delete it. It is not deleted. If you go to your hard disk, you'll find that. So don't think like if you remove it will delete off. Are you clear? So it is just going to be present in the hard disk. Shall I add it again under the project solution now? Shall I add it again under the solution? Understand, it's the same process we follow when you want to add this project under another solution also. Now I'm adding to same solution only. But tomorrow you want to add to another solution also? Same process. How to do? Right click on the solution. Add. Watch there. I shown you new project now. We have existing project option. Select it. Which project you want to add? Go there. And what you require to select? Project file. What you require to select is the, once I select the project file and add, automatically the project gets added under the solution, and see there, everything got it. I done with the same solution only. If you want, you copy to another solution and do it, it will add under that also. Anywhere you can add it. Is it clear, guys? Are you clear? Okay, so that is the process how you are just going to work with your projects. How many projects are there now? 2 projects are there, and these particular 2 projects are under one solution. Okay, now next. The next thing is, so what I explained, you know, how saved is what I explained you. How projects and solutions are saved. First you have a solution folder. Under that, project folder. Solution will have a solution file. What is the file? .sln. Project has a file. What is the file? .csrproj. If we add like this files and folder physically added that solution, sir. What is your question here? Read yourself. What did you type? If you add like this the files and the folder physically added that solution, sir. Read yourself here. What did you type? I did not understand that. What do you want to ask? Okay. So have a look, guys. Have a look. What's it? Now we had understood how the projects and solutions are saved. Project is saved with an extension .csproj. Solution is saved with an extension .sln. One thing I want to tell you. I want to add a new project in the solution. I want to add a new project in the solution. Guys, listen. I want to add a new project in the solution. All of you listen. If you add a new project under the solution, if you add a new project under the solution, the new project, what I added is C# project only now. The new project, what is add also C# only now. But when you are adding a new project, you can change the language. I want to add a VB project under the solution. Possible. I want to add a VB project under the solution. Possible. I can add any language. Not like I should add only C#. My first project is C# PR, and my second project can be a VB project. No props. Okay, I'll show you that also. In the next classes, I'll show you adding different language projects and all. One more important thing. Suppose you take a C# project. Suppose you added a C# project. In C# project, you can add only C# items. You can add only C# items. Can't I add VB items there? Not possible. The extension tells you .sln, that is generic. It can contain C# projects, VB projects, anything. But understand that .csproj, what it can contain? Only C#. Same way, VB projects are there. .vbproj can contain only VB items. Okay, now a solution can contain projects of different .NET languages, but a project can contain items specific to the language only. If it is C# project, C# items only can be present. VB project, VB items only can be present. That's why the extensions are very clearly mentioned there. It's not .cssln, it's only sln. Means anything can be added. But project is .csproj, means only C# is allowed and doesn't allow anything into it. Okay, now. The next thing what I'm going to show you is how projects are compiled. How projects are compiled. Guys, listen, it's very, very important. How projects are compiled. Earlier, you written code using Notepad. You saved each file with a .cs extension. Then you went to command prompt and then you said CSC file name, compiled it. And it generated you a .exe. You compiled first .cs, generated first .exe. You compiled second .cs, generated second .exe, right? Yes or not? But what did you do now? You added all the .cs files under one project. You added all the .cs file under the project and compiled the project. When you compile the project, suppose your project has 36 .cs files. Array, our OOPS project has 36 .cs files. The 36 .cs files will not generate 36 .exe files. The 36 .cs files will not generate 36 .exe files. They won't generate. Then what happens? Look, this is a project. In this project, I have items. Under the items, I have types present like this. Now, this project is compiled. Once you compile the project, it generates you one output file. How many? Generates one output file. But you have multiple classes in it, no sir, multiple items are there. Never mind. Whatever it can contain. Right now 44 types are there now. Even though 44 types are there in the project, that will be generating you one single output file only. It will be generating you one single output file only. And basically we call this output file as a, understand here English, it is assembling everything together now. That's what the name of it, assembly. It is assembling everything. Now under this file, you will find the IL code of all the 44 types. Under this assembly file, you will find the IL code of all the 44 types. You have 100 types now. Even though you have 100 types, one assembly only will be generated. Now you understand? Tomorrow, I have a solution with 10 projects. Every project has 100 types. Every project has 100 types. 10 into 100, 1000. Totally how many types? 1000 types. 1000 types generating 1000 output files is simple, going to be easy for you to manage, or the 10 projects generating 10 output files will be easy for you to manage. Come on. Why not 1000? Tomorrow these output files should be installed on the client system now. If you have 1000 output files, copying all the files and installing on the client computer becomes clumsy, complicated now. But now see, the 10 projects will have 10 output files. 50 projects are there. 50 output files will be there. Every project, one output file. I am not telling all projects, one output file. One project, one output. 10 projects, 10 outputs. Now these 10 output files, we take them and install them on the client system. Are you clearer or not? Okay, these 10 output files, we take them and install on the client system. Okay, listen, some important things about this assembly. Okay, assembly. What is an assembly? This is an output file that is generated after compilation of a project. After compilation of a project. Okay, which contains compilation of a project. Okay. Assembly file, this file contains the CIL code of each and every type that is defined in the project. What it contains? CIL code of each and every type that is defined in the project. Okay? And remember guys, it is one project, one assembly. If 10 projects are there, 10 assemblies will be generated. Okay, now we call these assemblies as units of deployment, because once the application development is completed, what we carry and install on the understood? Tomorrow what you will install here? You will not install source code on the client system, na? Compiled code. Compiled code means assemblies. So yesterday I said you one thing, remember here, Friday I said you, in my company, there is an application with the 38 projects in it. So 38 projects will generate 38 assemblies. Now I need to install the 38 assembly files on the client system now. Are you following me or not? What I should install? The 38 assemblies on the client system. The 38 assemblies are taken now and they are going to be installed on the client system. Okay? So we call them as units of deployment. Next. The name of the assembly file will be exactly same as, the name of the assembly file is exactly same as the project name, and this cannot be changed also. Your project name is Oops project. Your assembly name is Oops project. The project name is Oops project. The assembly name is also Oops project. Are you clear? Now the next question will be, sir, where do I find these assembly files? Because tomorrow you are asking me to install the assembly files on the client system. Where is the assembly file? Are you getting my point here? Okay. Look. Location of assembly files. If you are working in .NET framework, guys listen, if you are working on .NET framework, where do you find it, you know? You have a project folder now. In the project folder, you will find a folder called bin. In that, you will find a folder called debug. That is the location. If you are working with the .NET framework, in the project folder, you will find a folder called bin. Under the debug, what is project folder? I already shown you. Personal folder, solution folder, project folder. And inside the project folder, bin, debug. Are you clear? That is the location. This is the location. No guys, you're working with the .NET Core. .NET Core. Where you find it? Project folder, under that bin, under that debug, under that .NET Core app version. What is that .NET Core app version? .NET Core has version starting from 1.0 and the last .NET Core version is 3.1. I already explained here. In between you have 1.1, 2.1, 3.1. Suppose you are building in 2.1. The folder name is the .NET Core app 2.1. If you are building in 3.1, what is the folder name? .NET Core app 3.1. Are you clear? That is the folder. If you are working on .NET 5 and above, guys, you are working on what? .NET 6 na? So again, project folder, under that bin, under that debug, net. Okay? Version. Means in 5, it is .NET 5.0. 6, .NET 6.0. So ours will be where? 5.0, 6.0. Fast, yaar. Ours will be where? 5.0, 6.0. 6.0, not 6. Okay? You can observe. You can watch. Watch here. These are your project folders, right? Pin, debug, net 6.0. If you're working on .NET framework, debug only you'll find. If you're working on .NET Core, the folder name will be Net Core App 3.1 or 2.1 or whatever it is. But you're working on .NET 6, it is Net 6.0. That is the folder location where you have your assembly. If you open this, inside of it, you'll find the assembly file. Inside of it, you'll find the assembly file. Are you clearer or not? Understood the location, all of you? You create different versions of the projects. Then when you're creating a project here, choose .NET Framework. Check it out, where is there? Choose .NET Core. Check where is it. When you're creating the projects, you should do that. Not now. Understood my point? So, how can I create a framework project, sir? Array, I already said you, if you want to create a framework project, just go for a new project. In the new project, see, I shown you this option already to you. Select that and see. If you select in the debug folder, you'll find. Select this only. And in this, just a minute. Select this only. Next. Next. I won't create. Just here, choose what? Okay, now, if you select this, what will be the folder? Net Core App 3.1. If you select this, Net 5.0. If you select this, Net 6.0. That variation will be there for each and everything. Did everyone understand that? Okay. Are you sleeping, Raju? Yes, now I said you shown you, and again you're asking if I want to select .NET framework, how to select, sir? Yes, now I shown you that only, na? When you're adding a new project, concentrate on the class here. That is what you require to select. Console application .NET framework. You need to choose there. Okay. Okay, we just, do you have any doubts on any of this? Do you have any doubts on any of those? Online students, is everyone clear? So it depends upon which project you open. First check it out, what project you opened. Based on that, find out your location. You're not adding a project under the project, you're adding a project under the solution. Right click on this and add a project. That will add under the solution. Where it adds will be decided by the project. Where it adds, what is the question there? That's all. Nah? After adding second only, you will add the third. Nah? Assembly file. You're required to install the assembly file on the client system. You're required to install the assembly file on the client system. Okay? Next point. The next thing is, all of you. This is very, very important and confusing also. Be careful. What is that? Extension. Extension of assembly files. Extension of assembly files. Listen. First, .NET framework. First, I'm talking about .NET framework. Guys, remember, when you open a project, when you create a new project, you're selecting console application. Same way we have web application. Different types of projects are there. What we require to choose is a project template. What we choose is a project template. Console application, web application, like this, we'll be choosing a project template. Are you guys clear? Yes or not? In .NET framework, if you choose the project template as application project template, what is that? Application project template. Application project template. The extension of the assembly will be .exe. Are you clearer or not? What is the extension? .exe. Same way, you'll also find library project templates. Library project templates. If you choose library project template, the extension is .dll. Watch it. When you are going to add a new project, all of you, when you're going to add a new project, carefully observe. What is this? App means application. Yeah, app means if you select this, it will be a .exe. Then what are libraries? Watch here, guys. You'll be finding something called as, they're all libraries. These are all libraries. If you choose this libraries, see, .dll. exe means executable, application runs. Library means DLL, dynamic link library. What is that? Dynamic link library. Are you clearer or not? We call them as the dynamic link libraries. Understood, all of you? It depends upon the project you open. Okay. Then what about .NET Core, sir? .NET Core, and above. When I say above means .NET 5, .NET 6 also will come. So same in all these cases. Okay. Watch. If you take application project templates, it will generate you .exe and .dll also. .exe and .dll also. Okay. And suppose you select library project templates. .dll. So no difference in library project templates here. Library project template, then also DLL, now also DLL. Now coming to application project templates, we have a change. What is that? In .NET framework only .exe, but here .exe and .dll is also welcome. Okay. So what is that extra .dll, sir, is one doubt you'll have. What is an exe, what is a DLL is another doubt you'll have. Let me clarify. Guys, let me clarify. Basically .exe. These assemblies are called as in-process components. These assemblies are called as in-process components. Means these assemblies are physically loaded into the memory for execution. I repeat, these assemblies are physically loaded into the memory for execution. I'm explaining about .NET framework first. exe assemblies are in-process components, means physically loaded into the memory for execution. DLLs are called out-process components. What is it? Out-process components, means they won't enter the memory. They'll be out of the memory and will be providing the support for the one who is running the memory. Who is running in the memory? exe, means these DLLs will provide the support for the exe to run now. The DLLs will provide the support for the exe to run. For example, I'll show you one picture, watch. In the memory, what is loaded? exe. And these DLLs are sitting out of the memory, guys, and providing the support for the exe to run. Are you clearer or not? They are providing the support for whom to run? exe to run. Is it clear? See, something like this. You see a movie. Like you take the latest movie, the Triple R movie. If you take the Triple R movie, you just understand to make the movie run on the screen, to make the movie run on the screen, how many departments have worked on it? Thousands of people there, not one or two people, thousands of people worked on that. Yes or not? But end of the day, we see only two people on the screen now. End of the day, we saw only two people on the screen, at least two people. In other movies, you have only one hero, but here two heroes are there sharing the screen and the two people on the screen now. Yes or not? Okay, Ram Charan and NTR, only these two people. Understand here? Basically, this EXC is like the hero of the movie. EXC is like the hero of the movie, and the DLLs are the support crew. Are all the support crew. Can the hero do the direction? Can the hero do the photography? Can the hero do all these works? Yes or not? If he does all these particular works, finally no one will watch the movie. He only should watch the movie also. Okay? So you are expert in acting. You are expert in acting. So you only act. You only act. And everyone is a specialist in doing the other activities. Music, someone is specialist. Dancing, someone is different. DFX, someone is different. So VFX, someone is a specialist. Direction, someone is specialist. They asked to do it. Clear? But end of the day, we don't watch all those people. Whom do we watch is only the hero of the movie. Clear or not? Understood now? Exactly the same point I'm telling you. Tomorrow, what runs for an application? If you install an application, do you know what you run? .exe. You install Visual Studio on your computer. Tell me the size of the Visual Studio. Tell me, what is the size? 7 GB. You installed some 7-8 GB. Nah? But end of the day, you run what? The Visual Studio exe file. The Visual Studio exe file. All of you, observe. This is the Visual Studio exe file what you're running. What is the name of the exe file? Right click on this. Go to Properties. Just right click on this and go to Properties. If you go to the Properties, it will show you the exe file name. Can you see the exe file name? devenv.exe. What is the name? Okay. Here you have an option, open file location. Watch. It is taking you to the devenv.exe. How much software you installed? 7 GB na? See the exe size. You'll be wondering. You'll be wondering, say, not even 1 MB. That much small exe? Yes. The bigger the size of the exe, the lesser the performance of your application. According to the industry standards, the maximum acceptable size of an exe is 10 MB. How much? Can you develop an application in 10 MB? Tell me, guys. Can you develop an application in 10 MB size? Then how? 10 MB only they are telling. More than 10 MB should not be there. So 99.99% volumes of the code will be in the DLL format only. Just 0.01% will be the exe. You see 7, 8 GB you installed, but exe 1 MB, not even 1 MB. 50 MB, less than 1 MB only. Correct or not? That much of small exe is present for you to run this. But who is that? Without the exe, will the application runs? No. See, you see, the main character, see, the hero acts, but behind the screen, there is hard work of all the thousands of people. If they do their work perfectly only, you can see the movie on screen. Yes or not? We can see the movie on screen. You can just understand that. Who is the real hero of the movie? Who is the real hero of the movie, guys? Director. The real hero of the movie is director. Correct or not? If the director acts as a hero, will you watch it? If the director acts as a hero, will you watch the movie? No, we don't watch the movie. We may watch the movie, but do you get this 400, 500, 600 crores of collections? Are you getting my point? There should be a person who should project on the screen, who should be projected on the screen? That is the hero. But the hero part is very less compared with the rest of the other people. The rest of the other people. Okay. So all those people are behind the screen. They're all DLLs. And who is the EXE? The hero of the movie is the EXE. The hero of the movie is the EXE. So you're watching 3 hours of the movie, but we don't forget. We only see the 2 people, but behind the screen, the movie to run on the screen, thousands of people are putting their sweat, their blood and sweat to run the movie on screen. Am I right? So that is the key point you understand, all of you. What is that? EXE is important. Without EXE, the screen presence is not there. EXE only will run. DLLs are all supporters which are going to support the EXE to run. So did you understand the relationship between the DLL and the EXE? Yes or not? Maximum coding volumes will be present in what format? Maximum coding volumes will be present in which format? DLL. And minimum coding volumes will be in which format? EXE. EXE should always be smaller. According to industry standard, what is the maximum acceptable size I said you? 10 MB. 10 MB is very big. 10 MB is acceptable size, but that's very big. If you have some 10 MB, you need some 8 GB or 16 GB RAMs. You see here 974 KB Visual Studio EXE will not run without a 4 GB RAM, minimum 4 GB RAM, and it will be good if you have 8 GB RAM. Otherwise, it's very slow. Are you getting me? Think now, I'll create this EXE of 7 GB now. Or if you want to load that, you need 1 TB RAM now, not hard disk. Understood my point here? What do you require? 1 TB RAM now. That much RAM is required, not the hard disk. So that's what. It's going to be very costly. Okay. So lesser the size of the EXE and the higher the performance of your applications is going to be present. So that is the key point all of you should remember. So this is the relationship between the EXE and the DLLs. Are you clear with the 2 extensions here? Yes or not? Okay, sir, this is fine. But here, application projects, why they're generating these DLLs again? EXE is fine now. Why this DLL coming here? Actually, guys, .NET framework. This runs only on Windows, correct? Yes or not? EXE file can run on Windows. If you double click on a .exe file, it runs. Any exe file, double click, it runs. But will the exe file run on Linux? Will the exe file run on Linux, Mac operating systems? It won't run. Linux and Mac exes will not run. .NET Core is platform independent or not? Come on. Platform independent now? But tomorrow you cannot run the exe file on Linux now. You cannot run on Mac now. They're purely for Windows, not for Linux and Mac. So for that reason, for Windows and Linux, it has given you the .dll files. These .dll files only will run for you on the window in the Linux and Mac machines. Are you clearer or not? Who will run? The .dll files will run on this. And remember a point, all of you concentrate on this. This .dll files will never run on any operating system. This .dll file, this .dll file, this .dll file will not run on any system. But this .dll file generated for application projects will run on Linux machine and Mac machines. They are capable to run on Linux and Mac machines, but they will not. Okay, are you clear? For Windows, what it has given you? .exe. For Linux and Mac, what it has given you? .dll. I hope this is clear, all of you. Yes or not? So now you'll have a doubt now. So how do I run this .dll file in a Linux or a Mac machine? How do I run the .dll file on a Linux or a Mac machine? You copy them. Once you copy them, open the developer command prompt. Open the developer command prompt. Just a minute here. I'll wind up. Developer command prompt. Go to the location where the DLL file is present. Where is it, guys? E drive, C#, 10, oops project, bin, debug, net 6.2. Guys, watch. Here only we have the exe and DLL also. Understood? On Linux, exe will not run. What will run? DLL will run. How to run the DLL, you know? .NET. That's how you run. Are you clear? Now you're on Windows only, na? Are on Windows you can run directly exe files, yeah. How? And Windows directly exe file will run, but tomorrow you go to Linux, this file won't run there. What you will run there? DLL file has to run. How to run the DLL file? You are required to use this command .NET. Have you anytime came across Java? You want to run a Java program. How do you compile? Java C program name. But when you run, how you run, you know, Java file name. You don't run the file directly. How do you run, you know? Java file name. That's how you run. Compilation is just like, see, just like CSC file name, they compile Java C file name, Java compiler file name. Generates a file with the extension .class. What is the extension? .class. To run the .class file, how do you know? Java and the .class file name. So same way here, what is the command we use? .NET. For Windows, nothing required. Directly you run, it executes. I hope you are clear. Guys, all of you in the notes, I have given everything point by point. Everything point by point. I mentioned all the things to you. The extensions, you can see there. .NET Framework, Core and 5, what happens, extensions, assembly file, every point. Read each and everything carefully and come to the session tomorrow. Are you clearer, all of you? Read point by point carefully and come to the session tomorrow. And here only given the command to run also, .NET file name. Understood? Tomorrow I'll teach you how to consume the classes defined in one project from another project. Is it clear? Let's stop it here. We'll meet tomorrow.
Recording stopped.